Hey, welcome back to Bill's Wheels. Today we're going to take a little break from the El Camino. I've got something more important to address. This one's got a headlight problem. I don't know if I've got a bad ground because both headlights are pretty dim, but this driver's side's really bad. You can only see the filament lighting up, so we're going to go ahead and address that today. I don't know if you can really tell, they're kind of dirty. This one's really fogged up, but that one's kind of there. This one is barely there. Can I get you in there? You can kind of see it wanting to glow a little bit. Yeah, we gotta take care of that. So let's get into it. Okay, first of all, I want to check my battery connections. That looks good. I just replaced that one not long ago to get this thing going again. That one I scraped on a little bit, but I didn't really clean it up. We should probably check the other end down in there. I don't know if you can see, but we'll check that side of it. Another thing we want to check is our we got easy access here. That's real nice. We want to check our wiring back here too. Oh, another thing we should probably check while we're at it. We should check to see if this thing's even charging. Okay, so first, let's get our meter out here. Set it to volts DC. Let's see what we're reading. 12.5, 12.6. We're right about in range where we should be. Let's start it up and see if we're charging now. Forgot my keys. Never mind, they were in my other pocket. Yeah, 14.6. That's actually a touch higher than I'd like to see it, but it is cold. Cold does not like batteries. Okay, so now that we verified that we're charging and the lights aren't dim because of a bad alternator or something like that, we also tested the battery. That's good. So, I mean, we don't have to worry about that. Let's start checking some other things like maybe our battery connections, maybe the wiring down to the headlights. Okay, those look a little corroded. I mean, not like where you get the white buildup on them, but it's starting to definitely turn green because of these copper connections that I have on it. We might have to pull the battery clear out to get down to that body ground, but we'll address that soon. Like I said, I tried scraping on those. They relatively clean, but I can get them cleaner than that. Might want to clean up here too. Got a wire brush. Oh, that looks good in there. That's, to cushion the battery so it has a nicer ride. Well, from the deer impact, we're a little squishy here, so the battery's just kind of in here. But there's where our body ground goes down to, and that looks great. Let's clean that up some. wasn't incredibly tight. Which is a good thing and a bad thing, I suppose. Good because I didn't want to break my knuckles or snap the bolt off. Bad because, well, that could be part of our dim headlight problem. Well, that's, I don't know if you can tell, but that looks pretty clean. That's not the best though. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it there. There's a little bit of bare metal showing where it was contacting, but the rest of that looks like crud. Let's go ahead and clean that up. I would use my pneumatic tools. I got a little grinder that would be ideal for that, but like I said before, I don't have air. I got spoiled by working in shops, guys. Now it's like I don't have half the crapola I need to operate here. I do have this though. That might help us out. Oh yeah, much better. I'm gonna put a little lube on that just to make sure it doesn't rust and corrode as fast, because that's bare metal now. Okay, well let's go ahead and put back together this stuff. Put a little lube on here too while we're at it, just to make sure that threads it nice and doesn't get stuck on us on the way coming back out. One day, if need be. I'm sure we'll have to. This car's on life support basically. Not as bad as the poor truck, but almost as bad. Oh, and hey, look at that. You got good access to that headlight socket right there, and that's our problem child. That's the one that's substantially dimmer. But let's... I want to put the battery in and get rid of my access. Nah, let's just take care of it while we're in here. Okay, so let's check out this headlight. Maybe it's just a bulb that's... Nope. Nope, I gotta get you in here. Let's take a look at this. We have got... Come on, camera, focus. We've got a melted terminal right there in the center. That is our ground. Plastic's all melted all the way around it. I wonder what could have caused that, but I'll bet you that's why this side is worse than the other side. Well, looks like we're replacing this. Let's take a look at it quickly. Look at this. That bulb had a problem, had a little bit of a meltdown, probably caused us to, I don't know, that's what I'm going to blame it on anyways. Got a new socket here, got some connectors in there for it as well, and it says high temp, so hopefully that'll help us out in the meltdown situation. Okay, well normally when I do this, I don't like to just snip the connector off and then just put the new one on. I like to stagger the connections. So start one here, the next one down a little bit, and the next one down just a little bit further. That way all the connections aren't right next to each other and causing a problem that way. That could create heat wherever you make a connection, especially if you're going to use butt connectors like I'm doing today. I normally would like to solder this and shrink wrap it, but I don't have those materials with me or at my disposal for the moment. So I'm going to show you the process I use to make those staggered cuts. First, I'm going to cut the one furthest that way. So let's look at our connectors here. That's the way they're going to connect. So we're going to start with this furthest wire this way. I'm going to snip that off. And then I'm going to decide where I want that connection. Might want to give us a little room in case we screw up. And then we're going to snip that one in approximately the same place. Like that. Gonna strip our wire here. Give it a little bit of a twist. Snip this wire, give it a bit of a twist. Then we'll go ahead and slip our butt connector into place. Crimp that down. Give it a little bit of a tug. You don't have to pull hard, just a little bit. Just to make sure that you got a good crimp on it. And we're going to move to the other side and put our connector down in place. Looks good. These are heat shrink butt connectors, so I will shrink these down. Make sure we don't get moisture and such in there, because, you know, this isn't completely 100% open to the elements. There's our old socket, and you can see what I mean by staggered the cuts. Got that one, that one, that one. That way all the connections aren't right next to each other. There's all our connections. Let's put some heat on these and shrink them down. go ahead and get our battery back into place. Washers are directional, if you didn't know that. If you don't think they are, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Does it matter? To me it does. Got that nice and snug. No snaps, crackles, and pops, so that's good. That's good, by the way, because then that means you don't have any draws. Nothing's pulling power. Let's see what the headlights look like now. Oh yeah, much better. I think we had a combination problem. That ground probably wasn't helping anything, but yeah. Look how much brighter those look. So much better. We got us a runner here. Well, thanks for tuning in. I really didn't mean for that to be an instructional video by any means, but that's just kind of how I do things, and I had to take a break from the Camino and get that done. Well, that's going to do it for today. Got the headlights fixed. We know it's safe to drive, and most importantly, the police aren't going to be after me for it. So thanks for tuning in. If you like the video, hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button too. Thanks again.